Welcome to Tormore Reserve for Eastland Division 1 Grand Final day, the final day. The third last day of the EFNL season is here, and we've got three entertaining grand finals set to take place out here. For kicking off with the under 19.5 grand final between the Park Orchard Sharks and the Surrey Park Panthers. That's followed by the reserve South Belgrave taking on Montrose. And then the final game will be the Seniors Grand Final between Park Orchards and Mitcham. All the action from those games can be caught right here on YouTube. I'm Josh Ward, joined in the caller's chair this morning by Paul Yukone. Paul, it's torrential conditions out here at Tormore Reserve. The ground, it's been a bit chopped up with this wet weather, but we should be in for an interesting contest.
It sure is, and I was saying to Ryan before off air, it looks a bit like a 1980s type of ground here, but no, it should be a interesting slog. I'm looking forward to this one, and hoping for an entertaining contest.
Absolutely. It does remind me of the old Victoria Park, Princess Park days, whenever it was raining down there, and all those sides, Carlton, Collingwood, Fitzroy, it would all be chopped up. So
I think the Lake Oval used to be a bit chopped up. Not that I remember those days too much, but they probably were as well. Yeah,
I do. Don't have too many memories of those days, but I'm sure they absolutely would be a bit chopped up. But it is starting to come down a fair bit once again out here at Tormore Reserve. It did abate for a little bit to give the ground a little bit of a break, but I reckon, I'm guessing all day we're going to be in for some wet weather footy, mostly contested games as well. And these two sides, it'll be interesting to see how they adapt to the conditions. Two sides that, Surrey Park finished first, Park Orchards finished third in the under 19.5 competition, and they've made it to the grand final. Park Orchards were the first to qualify after defeating Surrey Park by 6 points at this very venue 2 weeks ago in much in different conditions. It was still windy that day, but wasn't as wet as it was today. Surrey Park advanced though after defeating South Belgrave last weekend by 2 points in their preliminary final game against the Saints, as the umpires come out onto Tormore Reserve now. The two teams will be followed shortly, as of course we've got the Imperial March playing out here at Tormore Reserve. But what do you make of this contest, Paul? Two sides who certainly have a lot of talent on their list, and will be raring to go for today's game. As out comes Surrey Park. The Panthers wearing their Surrey Hills clash strip today, of course, as the media manager Ryan Long gives a bit of a fist pump. I know he does enjoy the Surrey Hills clash strip as well, as they're just about to run through the banner as well, are the Panthers. It's their second season back with an under-19s lineup. 2022, they didn't have one. Last year, they won the Division 2 premiership out at Walker Park. This year, they're competing out here at Tormore Reserve to win the Division 1 premiership, which they competed in the Division 1 19's grand final back in 2019 against Park Orchards, and they lost that game by 2 points as well. So, well, it's obviously a different side since that day, but who knows? Maybe who knows? They might be able to do one better than those under 19s 5 years ago, Paul.
Yeah, and as we all know as well, Surrey Park have grown a lot as Park Orchards are coming on here as well.
They absolutely are, and they're of course wearing their home strip. Both sides have the same theme song as well, but the Sharks, it's remarkable what they do with this under-19s program. It is remarkable what they do with this under-19s program, the Sharks. It's a terrific junior program, as is the Surrey Park junior program. But Park Orchards, they've been able to build the junior program, to build their senior club from their junior club, and it's two sides that certainly have bright futures as well.
Certainly is, and as we all know, we really like to say. Clubs grow their junior programs, and we've seen with clubs like Surrey Park over the last couple of years, a lot of their junior programs help, their junior programs growing, and they're senior programs going as well, and same with Park Orchards.
Yeah,
it's got a really good junior program as well.
Absolutely, and it will only hold them in really good stead for not just next year, but for many years to come. As both sides go through their final paces, we will be having the pre-game ceremony shortly, but there's certainly a lot of talent on these lists for Park Orchards. You know, you look at Kane Oppie, Ty Ridley, Samuel Sakados, there's certainly a lot of players who've played some senior footy. Max Morn last year played a couple of senior games. Hayden Campbell as well has played some senior footy this year. Yeah, and there's certainly a lot of talent in their list as well, isn't there, Paul?
Yeah, there certainly is, and it's really exciting to see.
As the two captains will go into the middle shortly. Surrey Park, led by Darcy Mulholland, of course, in the absence of Angus Sutherland, who of course, isn't eligible to play in this under-19s final series since he was playing a key role in the senior premiership. As we get the Park Orchards captain moves into the middle of Tormore Reserve as well. It's certainly going to be interesting. I don't think there's too much of a breeze out here at Tormore Reserve as well. But then again, there usually is, as the Park Orchards captain Jack Bowring will take this coin toss as I mentioned, both sides go through their final paces. And it is Surrey Park who will be kicking to the left of your screen or to the scoreboard end. Park Orchards will be kicking to the right or to the Baronia Road end. And if there's any wind advantage, it probably will be heading towards that Baronia Road end. So a fast start for Park Orchards will be crucial, Paul, as we're just about to get started for pre-game proceedings. Don't forget to stay tuned in whilst we go through the pre-game proceedings. But certainly, do you have a tip for this game as well, and a margin as well?
I think Surrey Park will win this by about 3 points. I think it'll be a close one.
I think it absolutely will be. It was a goal in it the last time, as I mentioned. I think it was 62-56 that game out here at Tormore Reserve. Surrey Park did win the 2 regular season meetings between the sides, though most recent, including in round 17 and round 8 was a pretty close contest. They won that game by a couple of points, by I think it was 2 or 3 points. Round 17 they won by around the 6 to 7 goal mark. So we're certainly going to be in for a pretty good contest here. But don't forget to stay tuned to the pre-game proceeding shortly. On behalf of the Eastern Football Netball League, welcome to Tormore Reserve for today's Eastland Division 1 under 19.5's grand final between Park Orchards and Surrey Park. We begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather and pay our respects to their elders past and present. We extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Congratulations and best of luck to both competing sides in today's decider. Officiating umpires for today's match are in the field, Harvey Lanigan, Rishi Patel and Evan McGrail. Boundary, Oliver Crosland and Josh Ryan. And goal umpire, Jake Scatcher and Matthew Riley. I would now ask all who are able to be upstanding with the players and the umpires for the Australian National Anthem.
Australians all May the best team win.
We're all set for action out here at Tormore Reserve for this Division 1 under 19.5 grand final as teams get their final addresses from their respective captains. It's all set up to be a really good contest, the winner to add another under 19.5 premiership. Park Orchards, their last premiership was that 2019 Division 1 premiership. They, of course, made a grand final in 2022 in Premier Division and a preliminary final last year for Surrey Park. Much like their senior men's, they're looking for back-to-back premierships, and if they were successful, they would win 3 out of 4 grand finals and have 3 premierships after winning the senior women's premiership against the Montrose a couple of weeks ago, almost a month ago. And, of course, winning the senior men's grand final against Donvale in an absolute classic out at Jubilee Park. Can the under-19 Surrey Park Division 1 side replicate what the senior men's were able to do? Will Park Orchard start off a pretty decent day for them? Of course, their senior men's competing in the Division 1 senior grand final against Mitcham. If they were successful in both their grand finals, they'd win 3 out of 4 premierships as well, having won the senior women's premiership against North Ringwood out at HE Park Reserve. As teams move into their final position, it'll be Hayden Campbell in this first ruck contest for Park Orchards, and it looks like he's going up against Jared Cox. There's certainly a lot of stars, young future stars in this midfield for both Surrey Park and Park Orchards. As teams, Surrey Park forwards move into their position. Umpire takes one final check out here at Tormore Reserve. We're just about set for the first of the 6 grand finals set to take place right here on YouTube this week across the Eastern Football Netball League. Don't forget to let us know where you're tuning in from, of course, across the globe. As umpire holds the ball off, it'll be Paul Yukone to get us underway.
So here we go. It's the Division 1 grand final for the under 19.5s as we will get an early stoppage here in this one. We expect to see a lot of this in this one as both sides to win the clearance, as tackling pressure from both sides on early. Be another ball up as numbers around it for both sides again, as Park Orchards look to win the clearance here. It's a hard ball to pick up. Tackle laid there by Rogers, and it's going to be a ball up. So we've gone 50 seconds into this first quarter as the tackle's being laid, and we'll get another stoppage. So we've gone a minute into the first quarter here at Tormore Reserve as the ruck for Park Orchards gets the tap away. Good tackle laid. Numbers around it for both sides. Both sides struggling to get a clean kick away from the congestion. Nearly picked up there by Sue Cardos, and the tackle's being laid. So just outside the attacking 50 for Park Orchards. Kicked away with the clearances. Now tackle being laid, and we will get a ball up. We've got a minute and 50 in this first quarter.
And still no score as Park Orchards having their attacking half. Surrey Park doing well to lock it up. One of the tacklers there, Zach Dunn, in his defensive half as this ball tossed up once again. Cox went up alone, tapped it down to Tom Heffernan though. Rogers trying to bustle his way through. Tapped forward there by Matthew Haberfield as Surrey look to clear their defensive lines. They can't. A grubber kick inside forward 50. Cox is in the hole. He might pick up this ball here. Dunn does. He's almost wrapped up, and umpire calls play on. Ball pinballing around inside the Park Orchards attacking 50. They try to get clean possession, do the Sharks. Sargent blocked his Park Orchards or didn't allow his Park Orchards opponent to escape. And we'll have a ball up directly in front of the Park Orchards goal. We're kicking to the Baronia Road end, which usually when there is a win, it's usually heading in that direction as Surrey try to clear from defence. Couldn't get clean possession there, could Francis O'Flaherty, spinning his way almost out of trouble, Tige Ridley. In there was Tom Sardis. Ned Sargent was in there as well, and this ball will be tossed up. As you might be able to see, there's already a couple of muddy players as well. It is tough conditions out here at Tormore Reserve as the kick off the ground might work out for Park Orchards through Max Morn. Couldn't take clean possession there, could Kane Oppie. Vanderhorst is there, so is... Looks like that might be Lachlan McDonald. And we'll have a ball up inside the Park Orchards attacking 50.
So both rucks go at it. With the tap away nearly picked up there by Heffernan as Surrey looked to win the clearance, although Park Orchards looked to lock it in as Galstians was tackled. Surrey looked to clear it out of their defensive half, kicked there by Dickinson back into the attacking 50 for Park Orchards as a tackle's being laid. Numbers are out, plenty of numbers. The pressure's been outstanding by both sides early, Josh, as we are into the 4-minute mark as we get a stoppage inside the attacking 50. Both rucks go at it again as Surrey will win the clearance out of defensive half. 2-on-1 in favour of Park Orchards here as play on is called and it's going to be a ball up. So the one nearly one out of the two, but will be a clearance here to Surrey Park, or is it Sargent couldn't get his foot to ball. Tackled there's Heffernan again. He's been in plenty of it so far for Park Orchards in these early stages. As in possession of it is Sardis. Surrey looked to win the clearance. Tackled there. Umpire said play on as Surrey will kick it forward into or just outside their attacking 50. Running towards it as it's handballed there by Haberfield. Handballed by Ten Harkle back to Rogers. Now it's taken there by Hutchinson, who will kick out of defensive half in a very heavy and muddy part of Tormore Reserve as it's punched out for a boundary throw-in. Or a ball up, I should say. Campbell and Cox, the two ruckmen. Handballed away there by Galstian. That's Josh Galstians for Park Orchards. Still no score in this opening term. We've gone 5.5 minutes as the ball will be tapped out of play and we will get a ball in.
Certainly a bit of promise in that play from Surrey though. Some clean possession, but it's mostly been in the trenches out here at Tormore Reserve. Sardis tries to break through. It's done with the kick inside 50. It might fall out the back here for Bacon. It does for Tom Hunt. Got a handball away. Was looking for the boundary line. Getting his way out of trouble there was Hutchison, but now it's out of bounds. Right at the intersection of the 50 and the boundary line out here at Tormore Reserve.
Big crowd already under that pavilion.
Yeah, you can expect them to be under that pavilion for most of the day. As this ball tossed back up, Park Orchards will clear from defence. Maybe not for long. Harding bounced in favour him. Handball wasn't great to Sinclair, and picking it up there was Pressed as they go inside forward 50. Lockie McDonald clears his defensive lines. Dunn had a bit of it early on. Plenty of players around this ball, and out the back there was Tom Sardis, who's also had a fair bit of it. Of course, the younger brother of Elijah Sardis, the Essendon AFL player, and Chris Sardis, who was part of that senior premiership, is Tom Sardis. Played a bit more footy in the back half of this season as he nearly applies the tackle there, but getting it clear was Zach Verpont. Goes to the right half forward flank for Park Orchards. Harding was there, so was Mulholland at the Darcy variety. But he turned it over and sending it inside 50 is Tige Ridley. There's a Surrey man all by himself. Looks like it's Lachlan McDonald who has a number change to the number 3. As Sargent tries to pick it up cleanly for Surrey Park. So too there did Heffernan. Surrey are able to clear from defence. Nankaro was pushed off the ball. Rogers on hands and knees was wrapped up. Looks like that was William Halitos. That was wrapped up. And it'll be tossed up. True centre wing on the far side. 7.5 minutes gone. The tap down one by Campbell. Sardis nearly ran on to it. Instead there, it'll be Sonderhoff, who sends a high up and under ball, and punching it out of bounds is Keon Afkari as we tick past the 8-minute mark of this first quarter. And it's still no score on the board, Paul.
As we get a stoppage here, some sky starting to clear up just a little, not a lot, but a little, as the intercept mark is taken there by Macklin for Park Orchards as he goes down the line towards nets. He couldn't pick it up. Tackle there was laid down, a great tackle laid there by Sinclair, and he'll get the free kick. He's assessing his options. He'll go down the line here for Surrey Park, as the ball will go out of play, as Park Orchards asking for last touch, and they will get it. As Park Orchards will look to launch it back into their attacking 50. Mark there, nearly taken there by Heffernan. Kicked away out of the pack and into the corridor here. That'll be a free kick going Park Orchards' way for too high for holding on, as Park Orchards will go back into the attacking 50. Mark there, nearly taken, went for a diving mark, and it'll be a ball up. So we're into the 9.5 minute mark. Both rucks go at it again. Is it in the backs? It is, so be a free kick going the way of Surrey Park. So he kicks it out of the defensive half as Surrey look to go back into their forward half, and they get it forward of centre. Picked it up there was Hunt. He was tackled. Umpire says play on, as it's kicked back into the attacking 50 by Cavey. As numbers around, there's a tackle laid. It's a great tackle, and was laid there by War Boys for Surrey Park. Might be a bit too far out to score, although he can get the distance, but with these conditions, will he go for goal? Will he get to the top of the square? He kicks it high, comes off the boot as it's top of the square. Here's an opportunity for Mulholland, and it's been tackled, and we will get a stoppage top of the goal square deep in the Surrey Park attacking 50. Tapped away there by Campbell. Uncontested, as we will get another stoppage. Can Surrey Park get the first goal of the game, of the grand final? Park Orchards will clear it out of defensive 50. As numbers back here for Surrey, kicked back in by Dunn. Opportunity marked there, nearly taken by Lovelace. Kicked away by Ridley out of defensive 50, just outside of it. Good mark taken there by Sonderhoff, who kicks down the line here and finds a teammate. Handballed away there by Prest, as back for Surrey Park is Ten Harkle of the Evo variety. He's tackled, and we will get a... Is it a ball up here? Yes, it'll be a ball up outside the attacking 50 for Park Orchards. Kicked away by Oppie now, or is it Galstians? Here's Ridley. Here's an opportunity for Park Orchards. No, it goes across the face. Kicked off the ground, as slipping over there was Morton, but they're able to recover. Here's Lovelace for Surrey Park into the corridor, and a great opportunity. Here's Hunt, who kicks along the ground. 2-on-1 in favour of Park Orchards there, and it takes it across the cross for behind, as Hunt was looking for deliberate, but it will be the first score of the grand final. 12.5 minutes in. It's Surrey Park one behind the Park Orchard yet to score.
Certainly a third inside forward 50 is Tom Hunt. The kick was dangerous, but it's still found. Hutchison looks to play on as the sun starts to bathe at Tormore Reserve. Will it stay for this entire day? We'll find out. As Surrey Park look to go inside 50. Isaac McKnight, downfield free kick.
McKnight.
He was bumped after he kicked it there, was Isaac McKnight. And I'm not 100% sure who it might be going to. I think that's Tom Hunt, it is. And he's put together a remarkable record. 2 leading goal kicker trophies in 2 years in the under-19s. Kicked 95 goals.
Wow.
In 2023 and 2024. And has earned a senior debut this season as well. An exciting prospect. Inside forward 50 is Tom Hunt. For all Surrey Park fans as he comes in there. Now, slide angle, grubber kick, it's still there. Tom Hunt gets the Panthers first of this Division 1 under 19.5 grand final. 13.5 minutes in, the Surrey Park 117 Park Orchards yet to score. They've started off pretty well, have Surrey Park, and while they've got the last couple of minutes in particular, they've been rewarded for a bit of forward 50 territory, Paul.
They certainly have. They've been really good in their defensive. They were really good in their defensive half early on, but ever since they've been a threat so far. They've got it deep into their attacking 50, and it's a first goal at the grand final and a great start for Surrey Park as both rucks will go at it as Park Orchards will look to win the clearance. As they look to go into their attacking 50, numbers back here for Surrey Park. Look to pick it up there was Oppie. And there's a tackle there. And we will get a stoppage inside the attacking 50. Numbers around it for both sides. Tackle was laid. Picked up there was Vipond. And another stoppage here is, as we said earlier, we look like we might see plenty of these today, as will be another stoppage. We've gone 15 minutes into in this first quarter. Surrey Park win the clearance. Nearly slipped over there. We've already seen a bit of that so far. As numbers around here for Surrey Park. He was taken in the back, so free kick will go Surrey's way. And will be taken here by Mulholland of the Darcy variety. As he tried to get some water out of the air. Inside the attacking 50 for Surrey. Mark there was not taken. Now an opportunity for Surrey. Kick there by Bacon. And it's there! Bacon kicks a goal. And Surrey get their second. Great kick. He just took it out of the pack. And what a great goal that was. And they knew it was home. It was Afkar. He put the arms in the air. And it's through for Surrey Park second. 2-1-13 Surrey Park to Park Orchard yet to score. We've gone 16-20 in this first quarter, Josh.
They've taken advantage of the attacking territory they've had. Surrey Park got themselves a bit of a buffer. There's the rain. I checked the radar before. It might come. Hopefully it doesn't. But it is still a very handy buffer in these conditions out here at Tormore Reservists. Back up we go. Cox won the tap down. Park Orchard's the clearance though. They try to get it out here to Hutchinson. They do. High up and under ball is cut off there by Lachlan McDonald, or Lockie McDonald, who was listed as number 28, but now is listed as number 3. So there was one number change with the Surrey clash strip as Morn worked this man under the ball well. Couldn't take the mark and locks up his other opponent in Ryan Dickinson. So we get a ball up with 3 minutes left. There's going to be a holding free kick paid in the direction of Surrey Park. And it'll be Heath Morton, whose eyes are darting inside 50. Tom Hunt offering a lead. He'll send it in that direction now. It's a shallow entry. Trying to bustle his way through. It was Dunn who was offering a lead there as well. An umpire will call for it. 2.5 minutes left. 17.5 minutes gone in this first quarter. It's Surrey Park leading 2-1-13. Park Orchard's yet to score. Ball pinballing around in this stoppage. And we'll get a ball up. Inside the Park Orchards attacking, or Surrey Park attacking 50, I should say, as once again it's still locked up here. We've played 18 minutes in this first quarter. It's Surrey Park with the ideal start to this Division 1 under 19.5 grand final. It's getting his way out of trouble there was Patrick Warboys. Kick it misses everything. Goes out of bounds on the fallen Park Orchards. Who knows? They might be able to send it forward inside their attacking 50, as you might be able to see some of the Surrey people behind the goal, including Kane Hendon, Jack Martin and James Kenworthy, the coach, as the kick's intercepted by Warboys. Left half forward flank, around 52 metres out, so he's just going to set it up to the top of the goal square. No mark taken. Park Orchard should have the numbers on the ground. It's Rogers who runs onto it first. He was taken high. And Joey Rogers, who, on his senior debut, I believe he was MEGT Rookie of the Day, was Rogers. Played 2 senior games this season. He's come back to the under-19s after suffering an injury in that second under-19 game. He'll go back, and if he kicks this, it's a 19-point Surrey Park lead, as you might be able to see on the screen. Mud on plenty of players. There's Rogers. From a very tight angle, but he's on the right side for a left footer at the right forward pocket. Will kick from pretty much right near the scoreboard. Comes in now and misses to the right. 2-2-14 Surrey Park. Park Orchard's yet to score. Got 30 seconds left in this first quarter of the Division 1 under 19.5 grand final between the Sharks and the Panthers.
So Park Orchards move it out at defensive.
Oh, it's been
50.
called back.
Oh, I was wondering what's going on. So it looks like that time will run out in this first excuse me, in this first quarter. And there's the siren for quarter time. And a great start by Surrey in the grand final for the under 19.5s in Division 1. It's Surrey Park 2-2-14 to Park Orchards yet to score. Josh Ward, the goal kickers.
Tom Hunt and Mitchell Bacon, the goal kickers for the Panthers. Still no goal kickers or scorers for Park Orchards. We're going to go to a break here in this Division 1 under 19.5 grand final. When we return, we'll bring you the second quarter of action out here between the Park Orchards Sharks and the Surrey Park Panthers. Welcome back to Tormore Reserve for the Division 1 under 19.5 grand final as the heavens start to open up out here at the home of the Boronia Football Netball Club. It's the Surrey Park Panthers leading this Division 1 under 19.5 decider 2-2-14 to Park Orchards, yet to score. The second quarter of action just
Wind's
about to
starting
get...
to pick up a bit as well.
It is, and it looks like it's going sideways. And I'm no Jane Bunn or Blake Tennant, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure where the wind is going as the main umpire holds the ball off. Second quarter to get underway, courtesy of Paul Yukone.
As the heavens open up to start this second quarter here as Park Orchards look to win the clearance with the soccer off the ground. As the ball will be kicked away by Rogers here for Surrey Park. Kicked away again. The intercept mark there was... It was taken by... No, it wasn't taken. Yeah, he dropped it. So it'll be a ball up here. I don't know what was going on there as both rucks will go at it again. Handballed over to Rees. They look to get it into their attacking 50. Handballed away. Mark there was nearly taken by Heffernan, who's been prominent early here for Park Orchards. As Ridley was tackled, and we will get a ball. Excuse me, we'll get a ball up here in the attacking 50, just inside the attacking 50 here for Park Orchards. As it's a hard ball to win. Numbers around it for both sides. And the umpire says it'll be a ball up as everyone's getting under cover here. As Sargent gets his hands on it, and it'll be another stoppage. We've gone 1 minute and 35 here in this second quarter. Taken by Galstians of the Joshua variety, as we'll get another stoppage here as it's all happening out here at Tormore Reserve here on grand final day for Division 1 as Surrey Park will get the clearance. Mark there was nearly taken or was not paid to Dempsey. Socket off the ground and socket off the ground again. We've seen a lot of that so far, as you would on a day like this. Numbers around it for Park Orchards. Couldn't pick it up as it's a real war of attrition as you would expect in a grand final, but especially in conditions like this as a free kick will go to Campbell for Park Orchards. Going towards it was Afkari as the ball will go out of bounds. No score in this second quarter. So far it's 2-2-14 to no score in favour of Surrey Park. Both rucks go at it. And the tackle is laid and it goes out again.
So 3 minutes gone in this second quarter. Still no change to the quarter time score out here at Tormore Reserve. Hasn't moved real. It's exclusively been between the arcs so far in this second quarter, and in the trenches is a high free kick paid in the direction of Zachy Dunn. Has it forward of centre for Park Orchards as he looks to move it forward for Surrey Park on his left. Will be cut off, and in fact out of bounds on the full. Free. I think it was Hutchison. He'll take this kick. Goes short, back to whence it came from. Just tapping it out of bounds there was Cody Mulholland. Playing alongside his twin brother today, Darcy. In this under 19.5 grand final out here at Tormore Reserve between the Surrey Park Panthers and Park Orchards. It's the Panthers who lead as there is Cody Mulholland who tries to tap it forward. Almost out of bounds. It's Park Orchards moving the change Intercepting it there was Francis O'Flaherty, and he's bumped out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Right half forward flank. For Park Orchards on the far side as Cox won the tap down. Rees nearly won the clearance. They're trying to get it, escape from the stoppage here, Park Orchards, and they are able to do so. The kick cut off by Rory Sinclair. Handball was too hot for his teammate. Nearly turned it over to Ty Ridley, who wraps up Brody Vanderhorst there. And we'll have a ball up right near the scoreboard, which reads Surrey Park 2-2-14, leading Park Orchards yet to score after nearly 5 minutes of play here in this second quarter of the Division 1 under 19.5 grand final.
On the ball.
It is going in the direction of Mitch Bacon, who has it in his defensive 50, clears it now. Will it be temporary? It won't be. It's done. Got it out the back to Afkari. Couldn't take clean possession. Fumbles it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Forward of centre for Park Orchards, or a boundary ball up, in fact. There's, of course, no boundary throw-ins in the under 19s. Is trying to clear is Park Orchards, and they do. Can't get it inside 50, and taking it out of bounds there was Sammy Prest right near the forward 50 arc, and right near one of the coffee vans out here at Tormore Reserve, and there's a couple. As Surrey Park clear their defence and send it to true centre wing. Park Orchards, though, will repel and send it inside 50 in turn. Sinclair played in the hole. Got it out somehow to Brody Vanderhorst, who's locked up. We'll have a forward 50 stoppage for Park Orchards, Paul.
So we're 6 minutes into this second quarter out here. Surrey retaining their 14-point lead, but Park Orchards are going into attack, tackled there by Sargent, and it is holding the footy, so Sargent will get the free kick.
Certainly a bright prospect, Ned Sargent, at the half-back flank.
So down the line he goes, but the intercept mark's taken. Here's an opportunity for Park Orchards, maybe. Couldn't take the mark, handballed away over to Prest, and Prest kicks the first goal for Park Orchards. So 6:50 in the second quarter as Prest gets Park Orchards on the board. It's Park Orchards 1 straight 6-2. Surrey Park 2-2-14. We're 7 minutes into the second quarter.
You got to love a commentator's curse. You pump up a man, and then the opposition goes to the other end and kicks a goal. You got to love a commentator's curse. They won't be letting me down with that one anytime soon out at Surrey Park, potentially. As we're about to have this ball toss back up in the middle of Tormore Reserve. Cox went up for Surrey Park against Hayden Campbell. It'll be Park Orchards to move it forward of centre. The pond just continuing to kick it off the ground as it has been for most of the day. And as it has been as well, it's been caught in the trenches. I'll have a ball up in Park Orchards attacking half, as they look to send it inside forward 50. Can they get back-to-back goals? They are, of course, kicking to the scoreboard end, which Surrey kicked all the scores from in that second quarter, or first quarter, I should say. Ball wrapped up. And Hayden Campbell won the tap down. Park Orchards again trying to get clean possession and move it forward, but Surrey aren't allowing it. It's still in the trenches. And we'll have a ball up inside forward 50 for Park Orchards as Campbell tussles with Cox. Campbell won the tap down. Bacon just dug a kick out. Rogers has open space, sends it to this broadcast side wing. Who will the bounce favour? It'll favour Surrey Park, and picking it up pretty cleanly in the end was James Cavey. Sends it to the half forward. Sardis picks it up, or tries to, off the ground. Mulholland couldn't do so as well, as the tackle applied there. Plenty of tackles applied, I should say. Ball will be tossed up, as you might be able to see the mud on all the Guernsey of all these players. Right up forward flank for Surrey Park. Cavey went the kick off the ground inside forward 50. Ten Harkle will apply the tackle and force the turnover. Mulholland will be pinged. And Park Orchards will be rewarded with a free kick. It's James Dempsey who'll take it.
So in deep in the attacking, the defensive 50 for Park Orchards, as numbers around here, and it's going to be a ball up. We've gone 9.5 minutes in this second quarter. Both sides looking to get the clearance. And it's picked up here by Loveless, who's been prominent for Surrey Park. Kicked there by Mulholland of the Cody variety. Kicked away here, but no mark's been paid. Here's Nancaro into the forward 50. Now they look to lock it in, Surrey Park, and we will get another stoppage.
They're still in their tries down there in the Surrey Park attacking 50, which is, of course, great to see.
So here's War Boys, who is being tackled, and it'll be another stoppage. 2-2 to 1 straight in favour of Surrey Park as it goes out of bounds. So Park Orchards get it out of their defensive 50. As Park Orchards win the clearance as they look to go forward themselves. And it's been a real war of attrition in these conditions. Umpire throws it up as numbers around here as Galstians was tackled. Now as Park Orchards look to go forward, here's Parrott as he gets it in the forward half. Maybe an opportunity for Sonderhoff. He'll soccer off the ground slowly, was pushed away. Free kick will go the way of Park Orchards. Oh, he played
Advantage.
on. He played on. Or was it play on?
I think he did. I think he did pay advantage there.
Yeah, so it'll be going the way of Surrey Park, who escape a bullet for the time being, but can Park Orchards get back into their attacking 50? As we will get a stoppage. Really good build-up there by Park Orchards.
It was very clean possession there, and they'll be hoping they can continue that both sides in the last 2 and a bit quarters of this game, Paul.
So, socket out of the defensive 50. Numbers around it. Picked up here by Rees, who will kick it back inside the attacking 50. As Harding dropped the mark, but he goes around. He gets to the ball. Mark there was taken, or was taken there by Rees for Park Orchards. And be another stoppage now as they look to lock it in. We've gone 13 minutes in this second quarter.
And it's in Park Orchards attacking 50. They trail by 8 points. As clearing is Francis O'Flaherty. It might be deliberate. The last touch rule, I should say, it is. As in front of the pavilion, which is packed out here at Sawmore Reserve, as you'd expect with these tough conditions. Inside 50 with a really good kick. Flynn Hutchison. He's been ultra impressive today on a wing, has Flynn Hutchison, with his work in defence. And now setting up his teammate in Will Sonderhoff in attack, who can potentially make it back-to-back goals in these conditions. Though it's going to be a very tough kick from Sonderhoff, who can make it a 2-point ball game out here at Tormore Reserve with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. As he comes in now, it's coming back. Will it fall short? It's touched through. And just a minor score. Park Orchards 1-1-7. Surrey Park 2-2-14. Played 14 minutes in this second quarter of the Division 1 under 19.5 grand final between the Sharks and the Panthers, Paul.
So it's back to 7 points. All of the scores so far has come to the scoreboard end. As was taken high there was Galstians of the Joshua variety, as he will get the free kick. As he's assessing his options here. As he will go to the top of the square. Can he find a mark? Here's Dempsey. And it goes through for a behind. So it's a kick the difference here as we head into the 15-minute mark. 1-2 Park Orchards to Surrey Park 2-2-14.
I will say this, it's very rare that all of the scores in a half of footy are down at the scoreboard end out here at Tormore Reserve. It's usually the Baronia Road end where the scores are.
It is, as it goes out of bounds as Park Orchard's looking for deliberate. As we'll get a ball up. Numbers around it, and there'll be another stoppage. Park Orchards looking to win that clearance, but good tackle there by Sardis for Surrey Park. Park Orchards with numbers around it, kicked away slightly by Rees. Rees looks to get it back, but Surrey will clear it away. Here's Zagna for Park Orchards, and it'll be a ball up heading into this. We're in the 16-minute mark of the second quarter. Here's Macklin for Park Orchards in the middle of the ground as Park Orchards look to go back into attack. And it'll be a ball up.
In the middle of Tormore Reserve, less than 3.5 minutes left in this second quarter. Can Park Orchards tie things up? Heading into half time. They won't get the chance to from this stoppage. They might try to kick out of thin air to Dickinson. It still found its way to Dempsey. Vanderhorst intercepting, but almost turning it over there was Francis O'Flaherty. Him and Vanderhorst lock up the Park Orchards man. They're in Tom Heffernan, and two rucks will go at it once again. Park Orchards move it forward of centre, and they continue to do so with some kicks off the ground. Picking it up cleanest, though, was Darcy Mulholland. Umpire will call play on, and tapping it out of bounds was Patrick Warboys. Forward of centre for Park Orchards. 2.5 minutes left. They've done most of the attacking and have mostly been rewarded, have the Sharks. They still trail by one straight kick. Just couldn't get clean possession there. Vipond. Sucardos does for Park Orchards. Inside 50. Sinclair couldn't take the mark. He's on hands and knees. Handball was nearly intercepted. Sargent was wrapped up. Left half back flank for Surrey Park. Right half forward flank for the Panthers. Or Park Orchards, I should say. And as Cox won it down. The clearance won by Park Orchards inside 50. No mark taken there by Preston. It's out of bounds. Right in front of the scoreboard. Retreats Park Orchards 1-2-8. Surrey Park 2-2-14. Just under 2 minutes left in this first half of the Division 1 under 19.5 grand final out here at Tormore Reserve between the Sharks and the Panthers. As clearing is Paddy Warboys. Sends it to true centre wing on the far side. Park Orchards reload. The fist came in from Cody Mulholland. Sardis will run onto it. And it's seen out of bounds for a boundary throw-in with a minute and a half left, or a minute 20 left in this second quarter. Still 8-14 in what has been expected, a scrappy affair in tough conditions out here at Tormore Reserve. As Francis O'Flaherty applies the tackle on the Park Orchards ruck in Hayden Campbell. And this ball locked up once again. And still in the stoppage. Less than a minute left. Park Orchard trailing 1-8 to Surrey Park 2-14.
Will Park Orchards get a score before the half? It's a ball up as Surrey Park look to clear it out of the defensive half. Here's Oppie. Oppie has it, runs around. Now it's McKnight as Surrey Park look to clear it out. Can they get a score of their own before the half? Here's Lovelace who looked to pick it up. He was taken out. Umpire said play on. Been prominent for Surrey Park in this first half. Matty Lovelace.
He has been terrific on a wing today and up forward.
So as time will go out here in this second quarter. It's been a tight first half here at Tormore Reserve in what has been a scrappy affair so far. It's Park Orchards 1-8 to Surrey Park 2-14 as we go to Josh Ward for the goal kickers.
Just the one goal kicker for Park Orchards in that second quarter in semi-pressed. For Surrey Park, it still remains Mitchell Bacon and Tom Hunt, their goal kickers from the first quarter. We are going to go to an ad break here in the Eastland, or break here I should say, in the Eastland Division 1 under 19.5 grand final between Park Orchards and Surrey Park. When we return, we'll bring you the third quarter of action in the second half and what's set to be an entertaining and a tight second half out here at Tormore Reserve in the Division 1 under 19.5 grand final between Park Orchards and Surrey Park.
AFL Victoria, with support of leagues and clubs, are committed to keeping our game great. Make a promise to be the best version of yourself and support the hard-working volunteers, coaches and umpires who make our great game come to life. Real fans respect the game. Make a pledge to keep the passion alive, but remember, any form of abuse is not welcome on our turf.
Oh, it's the voice of football. Yeah, boys. There he is. Jay down.
take that off the side. Do you want to just open one of these?
Welcome back to the Eastland Division 1 under 19.5 Grand Final live from Tormore Reserve Park Orchards. Currently trailing Surrey Park 1-8 the Sharks. The Panthers 2-14. It just about to get started in this third quarter of the under 19.5 decider. Of course, it will be followed by the Reserves Grand Final between South Belgrave and Montrose. That'll be called by Blake Tennant, Montrose #1 fan, or the mayor of Montrose, actually. And then, of course, and Chris Curtis as well. And then that's followed by the senior grand final between Mitcham and Park Orchards. Can the Sharks make it two wins from 2 grand finals today? Or will Surrey Park add a 3rd premiership to their cabinet in season 2024 and a 5th in the last 2 seasons? Josh Ward here alongside Paul Yukone. It's been a very scrappy affair, and I expect that to continue, Paul.
Yeah, it certainly has, and there's been a lot of hard footy to win. A lot of, hasn't been any easy clearances to win. So, yeah, I'm expecting more of the same.
Absolutely, as teams move into final position. Surrey parking to the left of your screen in this third quarter. Park Orchards kicking to the right. Of course, all the scoring, remarkably, has come to the scoreboard end, when usually it is to the Baronia Road end out here at Tormore Reserve. As we get set for a massive second half of action out here, teams are moving into their final position. Umpire takes one final look across Tormore Reserve. We're about to get underway out here once again in the under 19.5 grand final, and it'll be Paul Yukone to kickstart this third quarter.
So it's a goal to difference here in the grand final for the Division 1 under 19.5s, and we'll get a stoppage as both ruckmen will go at it. Kicked off the ground for Park Orchards, and they'll go into their attacking 50. Here's Oppie. He'll kick to the top of the squares. It there. It's a behind. Hit the post. And that's the first score that's gone to the right of screen in this contest. And it's back to a 5-point game. We've gone 30 seconds in this third quarter. And a good mark taken for Surrey Park as he'll go down the line. And a great mark again by Mulholland of the Darcy variety, assessing his options. Down the line as it bounces on that puddle, and it'll be a ball up. Right on the arc of the attacking 50 for Surrey Park, as Surrey will win the clearance. But numbers are back for Park Orchards as he'll kick out of fence. Saved by the puddle in the end. Going towards it was Morton. And now back into the attacking 50 for Surrey Park. Socket off the ground again by Park Orchards as it's Mulholland and Vipon going at it, and it'll be a ball up just forward of centre for Surrey Park.
Jonathan Rogers, number 16 for Surrey Park ball. He's had an impressive game in midfield, I reckon.
He certainly has, as Park Orchards will win the clearance here through Hutchison for Park Orchards. Handballed away as Max Morton look to soccer off the ground. He'll go out for a ball up. Just forward of centre here for Park Orchards. Numbers around it for both sides. As they look to get a clearance away. And we'll have another stoppage. We've gone 2.5 minutes in this third quarter.
139 Park Orchards, Surrey Park 2-2-14. The Sharks with the first score of this third quarter. Ball tossed back up, one down by Campbell. Will he get the clearance? It's again stuck in the pack, but Surrey Park are able to clear. They look in the direction of KV, couldn't take clean possession. Sargent did, but was wrapped up immediately by Ryan Dickinson. And they'll have a ball up, true centre wing, right in front of us in the broadcast position out here at Tormore Reserve. In the van, of course, It's just getting away from his opponent there. One opponent was Tom Rees. He couldn't escape. Joey Rogers, though, who's been impressive in midfield. Sends it inside forward 50. No mark could be taken by Tom Hunt. Park Orchard's clear through Dickinson, and a foot race is on. It'll be Park Orchards who win first. A bit of miscommunication there. Cody Mulholland got it out, and they eventually get it to Lachlan McDonald, who fumbled it, but still clear the middle to Surrey Park through Haberfield, and it's turned over here as Park Orchards move the ball forward off centre, but it'll be turned over almost here. It will be a high free kick paid in the direction of Mitch Bacon, who has also been pretty decent in midfield at times and up forward for Surrey Park. Sends it long. Campbell got the fist in. Park Orchards have the numbers on the ground. Getting front position was Heffernan. Been probably Park Orchard's best. And there's a tripping free kick paid against Sukatos. And it'll be paid in the direction of Cody Mulholland. Kick wasn't great. Will be intercepted by by William Halitos. As the kick down the ground is a good one to Ty Ridley. Almost corralled there by Francis O'Flaherty. Still got his kick away. Park Orchards will take clean possession of Curry, applying some pretty decent pressure. Got the tackle in. Umpire circling. Oh, just call for a ball up. There were calls for holding the ball, but nothing doing. And we'll have it balled up. Forward of centre for Park Orchards on the far side as Campbell got the tap down. Afkari the clearance, chucked it on the boot. Looking for Tom Hunt, who flew. Couldn't take the mark in the middle of the pack. Getting the handball away was Jack Bowering, the captain. Out to his vice-captain, Haliotis. As Surrey just continued to will their way forward. Tackle applied there on James Dempsey. And it'll be a ball up. 5 minutes play here, third quarter. Park Orchards 9 to Surrey Park 14.
So it's forward of centre here for Surrey Park in their Surrey Hills jumper.
What a great jumper it is.
Certainly is, as they look to go forward into their attacking 50. Free kick for holding on will go the way of Park Orchards. So he's assessing his options down the line. Intercept mark was nearly taken there by Afkari. Tackle there was laid. Cleared away here for Surrey. And now racing toward it is Flynn Hutchison, who handballed away. As numbers around here for Surrey as they look to go back into the attacking 50. Bouncing towards Afkari, who got rid of it. Tackled there by Mulholland of the Darcy variety. And we will get a ball up inside the attacking 50 for Surrey Park as Park Orchards look to win the clearance through Max Morton. Here's Prest, who kicks it away. Numbers around it. And it is going to be a ball up as we had 6:40 into this third quarter. It's Surrey Park by 5 points, 2-2-14. Surrey Park to Park Orchards 139 as Surrey will get the free kick. Down the line, not a great kick. Here's Haberfield. Mark there was nearly taken. And there'll be another stoppage. So, just outside the attacking 50 for Surrey. As the clearance was nearly won there by Mitch Bacon. As he lays the tackle on Rees. And they look to clear it away. Morton. As Park Orchards, can they go forward? Here's an opportunity. Kicks high up in the air. Mark there was nearly taken by Sargent. And Park Orchards will go forward themselves. Here's Haberfield for Surrey. Getting amongst it. Sargent. Now, turnover as a pack of players surround it. And it'll be a ball up just forward of centre for Park Orchards. as we go 8 minutes into this third quarter. Just the one behind so far in the quarter of the way, Park Orchards, as they will get it into their attacking 50. Numbers around it, ball up. So maybe an opportunity here for Park Orchards.
Rain's starting to come down a bit more.
It is, as it's very, very tough conditions out there for both sides. Park Orchard's gone for deliberate, and it is so. Or last touch, and they look to go into their attacking 50. They haven't led in this game so far. It's been all Surrey Park led by 14 points at quarter time. And then Park Orchards kicked 1-2 as Sargent looks to kick it out of defensive half. But there's numbers back here for Park Orchards. Back inside the attacking 50. Mark there. There's players around it. Kicked off the ground there was Ten Harkle. Plenty of numbers around the footy, and it will be a free kick going away. Park Orchards in the corridor. Now an opportunity, 2-on-1 contest. Numbers around it again for Surrey as they'll look to go forward themselves. Here's McDonald, and he kicks it, and it's an intercept mark for Park Orchards. And the ball will go out of bounds. 9:45 in this third quarter, Josh.
Still, it's 139 Park Orchards to Surrey Park, 2-2-14. In a very scrappy affair out here at Tormore Reserve for this Division 1 under 19.5 grand final. McKnight tried to change that, couldn't. As Surrey Park are able to clear, look in the direction of Tom Hunt, who's right in front of us, slip sliding away and slip sliding out of bounds. His opponent there in Jack Bowring, the Park Orchards captain, did the same as well. In fact, that was as we get a boundary ball up right in front of us in the broadcast position. The van out here at Tormore Reserve. Cox won it down. The clearance from Dunn. Park Orchards will clear from their defensive half and send it to true centre wing. Sinclair had front position, couldn't take the mark. On the ground there was Parrott. As the Sharks look to clear the stoppage, they can't as the rain starts to come down once again, even more out here at Tormore Reserve. Campbell nearly pushed out of it by Harding. It's Surrey Park who wins this clearance. Couldn't run onto it there, could Zach Dunn. And neither could Haliotis, but he'll get the free kick for last touch rule, of course. As he goes down the line, Sardis in front position. On the ground is Francis O'Flaherty. And there'll be a push free kick made in the direction of Zach Dunn. The Park Orchards fans.
That's all.
And Haliotis aren't happy. He's been impressive, Haliotis, in this third quarter. Is Dunn long down the line. Intercepted by the Sharks. As they look to clear from defensive 50. Long down the line once again. No mark could be taken on the ground. And we'll have a ball up. Locked up there was Pat Warboys. Ball tossed up. Harding won it down, looking for Dunn. Instead, it's Joe Rogers. Sends it forward for Surrey Park, and it's inside 50. Darcy Mulholland, in the end, picked it up cleanly. Shrugged off one, sends it to the hot spot. Out the back, Keon Afkari. It's Matt Tenarkle there as well. Tenarkle picked it up, but was wrapped up by Zugner. And this ball isn't going anywhere. Lavin at the right forward pocket. Did well there, did the two Park Orchards players, to not allow a shot on goal for Surrey Park. As we tick past the 12-minute mark, Zugner went up in ruck, tried to follow up his ruck work, couldn't. They just try to clear through the Sharks. They can't. Surrey just get a slight tap forward. McKnight trying to burst his way through. He might now. Flying shot on goal. Misses to the right. Very good effort there from McKnight in tough conditions, but it's just a minor score in Surrey Park. They move to 2-3-15. Park Orchards 139. One straight kick it once again. 12.5 minutes gone, third quarter.
So it's back to a goal to difference. So assessing his options as picked up there was Bowring. Here's Galstians of the Jake variety, kicked off the ground. And it's a high tackle, so it'll be a free kick going away of Park Orchards. Assessing his options, he'll go down the line. Now, as Park Orchards look to go forward themselves, but there's numbers back here for Surrey. Was he taken high? Umpire says it'll be a ball up just forward of centre here for Park Orchards, who trail by a goal. Both rucks go at it. Clearance will be won here by Park Orchards as they'll go into the attacking 50. Just outside the attacking 50 on the arc, and it'll be a free kick. Last touch going the way of Surrey.
Rory Sinclair.
Sinclair goes down the line. Here's Mulholland of the Darcy variety. Now it's Nets who kicks it away. High up in the air, good. Well, mark was not paid to Loveless. And it'll be a ball up just outside the attacking 50 for Park Orchards. We've gone 14-20 here in this third quarter of the under 19.5 grand final for the Division 1 as they go forward. Here's an opportunity. Now it's Sukardos, and it'll be a ball up as they're inside their attacking 50. Tapped away. Sukardos couldn't get onto it. And we'll get another stoppage as we head into the 15-minute mark of this third quarter. Now an opportunity. Nobody can get a clean possession, and it'll be another stoppage. We're deep into the attacking 50 of Park Orchards. And Surrey will win the clearance as they'll get it out of the defensive 50. 2-on-1 contest, but Park Orchards have the numbers, so they'll look to kick it back into their forward 50. Numbers here for Surrey, and they'll look to go forward themselves. So here's an opportunity. Bounces past Zagner, and it's socket off the ground. It's a free kick. So it's a free kick going away of Park Orchards.
I think it was kicking in danger there before.
So a bit of a let off for Park Orchards. One behind age kicked in this third quarter. Kicked high up in the air, in the attacking 50. And a great mark taken by Rogers. Will he go deep in the attacking 50 here? Or is he going back for a set shot?
Well, he's got a raking left boot on him, does Rogers.
So here's Rogers, who'll kick it into the forward 50. Can he find a mark? Tackled there was Bowring, and it'll be a ball up, and now Surrey are deep in their attacking 50 at the scoreboard end of Tormore Reserve. Bowring. Rogers couldn't get his hand onto it. Very hard to win a clean ball here today. There'll be a ball out, ball up. So Surrey looking dangerous. Tapped away there by Campbell. And Park Orchards will clear it out of defensive 50, or will they? Because Surrey have the numbers. Now here's Harding, who'll launch it back in, but it's out in the full. So he'll be going back to Park Orchards. And it'll be Bunker Smith who'll take the free kick for Park Orchards as he goes down the line. Good mark taken there. Calling for 25 as well.
Might have been Heffernan there taking the mark for Park Orchards.
It's been very good, Heffernan. Been a standout for Park Orchards. Now here's Tate, who couldn't take it with him. And it'll be a free kick going away at Park Orchards. So can they get it back in their attacking half? They're just behind forward of centre now. They are forward of centre. And it'll be a What's going on here? It's a free kick going the way of Surrey Park. So Harding will kick it over. Couldn't take the mark there with Sardis. And there's numbers around it for both sides. And it'll be a ball up. So 18.5 gone in this third quarter. It's Surrey Park 2-3-15. Park Orchards 1-3-9 as both rucks go at it again. Looking to win the clearance, and it goes out of play.
So we'll have a boundary ball up, far side of Tormore Reserve. Will there be a goal kicked in this third quarter, which has been dominated mostly in the contest and with some wet conditions as well? But the sun is starting to poke its head out here at Tormore Reserve. It's Harding going up in ruck and got the two fisted down, looking for Hunt, who's moved into midfield. And the tackle applied there on Ryan Dickinson. He's also been pretty impressive as well. Dickinson in midfield and defence. As Hunt was held without it, almost slung without it there, Tom Hunt. And he'll take this free kick. Bit far up, bit too far up to score. The right half back playing Tom Hunt, but there's a Magnus switch there from the Surrey Park coach, Chris Day, as Hunt just launches into a barrel. McKnight got the spoil in. Park Orchards have the numbers on the ground through Parrott as they look to just gain some territory. It's been a territory battle all day, but it's bang in the middle of Tormore Reserve at this moment. Slightly forward of centre now for Park Orchards, but we'll have a ball up. We're into time on. Of course, there is time on in the second halves of each of these under 19.5 grand finals and the reserves grand finals for the second half. We've played 20 and a quarter minutes almost out here.
You wouldn't think that'd be, although we've had a lot of stoppages, you wouldn't think that'd be too much time
I'd
on.
say there'd probably be about a minute of time on, max. I've been proven wrong before though, but and of course, and there is the 3/4 time siren. It's Surrey Park holding a 1-goal lead, no goals scored in that third quarter in what was a war of attrition. Just the one behind for each side. Park Orchards 1-3-9, Surrey Park 2-3-15 in this Division 1 under 19.5 grand final between the Panthers and the Sharks. Paul Yukone, the goal kickers.
The goal kickers for Park, the goal kicker for Park Orchards pressed with the goal, and for Surrey Park, goals to Mitch Bacon and Tom Hunt. As we go to a break here, it's 3/4 time here at Tormore Reserve. It's Surrey Park 2-3-15 to Park Orchards 1-3-9.
Welcome back to Tormore Reserve for the Eastland Division 1 under 19.5 Grand Final. Taking place here between Park Orchards and Surrey Park. It's been a very, very scrappy affair, and it's Surrey Park who lead 2-3-15 to Park Orchards 1-3-9 as we head into the final quarter of action out here. In this first of three deciders set to take place out here today at Tormore Reserve, of course, followed by the Reserves Grand Final between South Belgrave and Montrose. And then it'll finish with the Senior Grand Final between Park Orchards and Mitcham. All the action there on YouTube. And for the seniors, of course, 98.1 Radio Eastern and on Facebook as well as teams move into final positions. I think it goes without saying, Paul, but the first goal of this quarter, if there is a goal to be kicked, is going to be absolutely massive.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we've seen, you know, there haven't been a lot of goals kicked, only the 3 goals kicked in this one. But, yeah, I think absolutely the first goal is all important. Yeah, it will be very interesting to see.
Absolutely is. Oh, the Surrey Park faithful have packed behind the Baronia Road end of the ground as the sun continues to poke its head out here at Tormore Reserve. Who will lift the Division 1 under 19.5 Grand Final? We're 20 to 25 minutes away from finding out as umpire takes one final check of Tormore Reserve. The final quarter underway out here, and it's Paul Yukone to get us started.
So the last quarter in the Division 1 under 19.5 Grand Final. And we'll get a stoppage just forward of centre for Surrey Park. Park Orchards are kicking to the scoreboard end where all of the goals in this game have been kicked. But Surrey Park will go forward. Here's an opportunity. Here's Hunt. He goes for goal. And it goes through for a behind. But it could be an important point.
Handy point as the old saying goes.
They're out to 7 points now. So it's 2-4-16 to 1-3-9. So at this stage, Park Orchards need 2 kicks to get themselves in front. But of course, there's still a long time to go in this one as Park Orchards will kick off the ground and look to go forward themselves. A pack of players around it as Park Orchards will kick it forward again as they look to get it into their attacking 50. And it's a very tight battle, so it'll be a ball up, and we're a minute 20 in. Forward of centre for Park Orchards as Surrey will win the clearance. As it's kicked off the ground by Nan Caro. Numbers around it from both sides. Park Orchards looking for holding the footy, and it is. So Dempsey will take the free kick for Park Orchards as he kicks quickly down the line. Good mark. Great mark taken by Heffernan, who's been outstanding for Park Orchards in this game. Into the attacking 50 for Park Orchards. Maybe an opportunity. Handballed past, and it'll be a ball in. So we've gone 2 minutes in this last quarter. 2-4-16 to 1-3-9. Now an opportunity as Galstians was tackled. There'll be a free kick. Good tackle there by Afkari. He's been really good. He's been a standout for Surrey Park as well. As Park Orchards look to get it back in the attacking 50. Socket off the ground. Good mark taken. What's happened? Free kick downfield, I think it is.
Kicking in danger, I think that was, and it's gone to Tom Hunt.
So Hunt, who's kicked the goal so far, will go down the line. Big kick to a pack of players as Surrey look to go forward through Nan Caro. Now racing towards its Rogers, but shrugged away by Park Orchards, and it'll be a ball up. So we're forward of centre here for Surrey Park. as Park Orchards look to win the clearance. Numbers to it from Surrey, and it'll be another stoppage.
So nearly 3.5 minutes gone in this final quarter, I should say. And it's a 7-point ball game. As trying to shrug his way out of trouble, Tom Heffernan, and he does so. Got it to Hayden Campbell. Kick was a really good one. Found his teammate on true centre wing on the far side as he looks to go inboard, because all by himself is Isaac Macklin. They'll go inside 50 Park Orchards, probably the quickest forward 50 entry of the game. But McDonald clears his defensive lines. It's all Park Orchards. They spoil though, and clearing there is Mitch Bacon. They've got an outnumber here through Surrey Park. Tom Hunt just went the kick off the deck. He might pick up this ball here. He does. Slaps it forward to Isaac McKnight. Got Rogers running for him. Instead gets it to Nancaro. Tries to find Rogers, who was beaten to it. Applies the tackle. Nearly stole it away there, did Rogers.
Holding the ball. Oh.
No holding the ball paid. It was there. Definitely there, but it's just going to be a ball up inside the Surrey Park attacking 50, though. They've moved it from defence to attack quickly. As Rogers tries to get out of the stoppage. He does. He got a clearing kick, and there's a free kick paid to Surrey Park, I think.
It is.
It is going to... I reckon it's going to Rogers. It is.
Big kick.
It's a massive kick.
Is it 25?
I'm not 100% sure what's going on here.
In the blood rule.
I was about to say, umpire was about to take the ball, but it might be Mitch Bacon coming off here for Surrey Park with the blood rule. Either him or Paddy Warboys. Is not 100% sure who, but it's still nevertheless going to be Joe Rogers, who played the 2 senior games this season. And a bit hampered by injuries this year as well. It has a bright future for Surrey Park. Is this on the wrong side for a left footer? Very tight angle. Not a tight angle, but around a 50 to 60 degree angle. Kicking from around 35 metres out as he slowly trots his way towards the big sticks to Joe Rogers. It's a big kick. It'll fall short, and Carrow's there on the ground. Applies the tackle. Umpire will call for this boundary ball up. It's still in a dangerous spot for Park Orchards. They trail by 7 points. They concede a goal here. It's going to be a tough ask to get the job done, as Campbell nearly cleared. It's Hutchison who's corralled out of bounds by Charlie Nancaro, no. And there's a bit going on. There's a Park Orchards free kick being paid. Off the ball. And it'll go in the direction there of Joshua Galstians. Goes down the line to the right half back flank. No mark could be taken by any team. It just pinballing around once again. Sinclair tried to spin his way out of trouble. Dug it out there, did Brodie Vanderhorst. And they look to clear through Park Orchards, but it's a high up and under kick. Almost the mark taken there by Matt Haberfield. It'll be a boundary ball up. Left half forward flank. 6 3/4 minutes gone in this final quarter. Surrey Park leading 2-4-16 to Park Orchards 139, Paul.
So just outside the attacking 50 for Surrey Park, as Hunt takes it out of bounds.
They wouldn't mind a goal here, Surrey Park. They've had a bit of the territory, particularly the last couple of minutes.
That is a fair point. First goal in this, if we get a goal here, but last quarter. But the first goal here in this last quarter is massive, as we alluded to at this just before this quarter started. As Surrey will win the clearance going forward. As Park Orchards are under the pump, kicked away by Rees. And can Park Orchards go forward themselves? Going towards it is Heffernan. It'll be holding the ball, so it'll be a free kick going the way of Park Orchards. And he'll move it quickly. We've gone 7:40 in this last quarter. It's a free kick. I think it's
pushing the back potentially.
In the back, so it'll be going the way of Surrey. So Mulholland of the Cody variety will take the free kick. Down the line, here's Vipond. Handballed away. Numbers here for Surrey as it's kicked away by Rogers. Now Mulholland. And as it's forward of centre here for Surrey Park. Tackle laid by Nancaro. And we'll get a ball up as we're 8.5 in this last quarter. The one behind in the last quarter going the way of Surrey Park. Now as Park Orchards will win the clearance and go forward. Mark nearly taken there by Prest. Opportunity here. Numbers around it for both sides. Cleared away. Now as we've said all day, it's tough footy to win. And as we know in a grand final, it's tough footy to win. As we're 9 minutes in the last quarter as Park Orchards look to win the clearance again. Tackle is laid there by Ridley for Park Orchards, and we'll get a ball up just forward of centre here for Park Orchards, who are kicking to the scoreboard end in the final quarter. Oh, got one high there was Tate, and he'll get the free kick.
Right in front of the Dominarians there, or as Ray Baird likes to call them, the Dominoes.
Exactly right, as Tate will kick it forward. Now, as it's handballed away by Hutchison, who's been good. Handballed away. And it'll go out of play. So, just outside the attacking 50 for Park Orchards. So, both rucks will go at it. Handballed away. And it'll go out of bounds again. So, big goal here needed by Surrey Park. Big opportunity for them in their forward half of the ground. Kicked away as Surrey look to clear it out of defensive 50. And numbers for Surrey Park, it'll be a ball up. We've gone 10:45 in this last quarter.
And it's Surrey Park leading 2-4-16 to Park Orchards 1-3-9, just the one behind. And in total, just the 3 behinds kicked in this second half, as there's going to be a holding the ball free kick paid to Surrey Park.
I reckon that's a bit stiff there for mine.
It is. I couldn't agree more as well. So it was a big pack, but umpire still paid it, and it'll be Brodie Vanderhorst who'll take the free kick long down the line, which will probably be the order for most of this final quarter when it's in their defensive half, Surrey Park. And it remains there slightly forward of centre for Park Orchards on the far side wing as they win this hit out. Nancaro trying to bustle his way through. In fact, that was Vanderhorst. There is Nancaro working his way up the ground, and we'll have a ball up right in front of the Dominarians once again. As the ball tossed up, one down by Surrey Park as they try to clear. War Boys was wrapped up. On centre wing, far side out here, it's all reservers. The sun continues to, or doesn't look like there's as many dark clouds as there was before, as I should say, as the kick down the line for Park Orchards will end in the hands of Ty Wrigley. Looks to keep the chain moving. He can't. It's tapped out of bounds. Right half forward flank for the Sharks. They trail by 7 at the 12.25 minute mark of this final quarter. They need a goal soon. They've started to get it back on their own terms and get it in their attacking half against the Surrey Park side that got on top early as they look to almost put the game to bed. As they force another stoppage through Surrey Park and Park Orchards. Campbell and Cox, they've worked tirelessly all day in ruck. Park Orchards slap it forward. Will Afkari run onto it. It's Ridley who did well. They'll get a shot inside forward 50. Will Park Orchards to a one-on-one. Surrey should have the numbers out the back, and Sinclair sees it through. It's a good point to have, though, for Park Orchards. It's back to one straight kick 1-4-10 the Sharks. Surrey Park 2-4-16. 13 minutes gone. Final quarter.
I'm not even going to suggest it at this point in time.
Well, it could. It could.
As Park Orchards look to lock it in, it's back to a goal to difference. Kicked high up in the air. Mark there was nearly taken there by Bowring. As there's numbers back here for Surrey Park and for Park Orchards. Tackle there was laid by Cavey. And it'll be a ball up just forward of centre here for Park Orchards. As we've gone 13-40 in this final quarter to decide who will win the flag in the under 19.5's in Division 1. Will it be Park Orchards or Surrey Park? Time will only tell as a pack around it. Sergeant's under it, and it'll be a ball up. So we're into the 14-minute mark. There is time on in this last quarter as Park Orchards will win the clearance. Here's Morton. That's Max Morton, and a good intercept mark there taken by Vanderhorst, I think it is, for
O'Flaherty.
O'Flaherty. Thank you, Josh. As he takes the intercept mark and kicks it down the line. Under it is Tate. Tate lays the tackle. So too does Campbell. As Surrey Park, time is their friend at the moment, but you feel they need a goal, maybe even a score, but it'll be a free kick going away of Park Orchards. Kicked high up in the air, going forward in their attacking half. It goes deep. Here's an opportunity. Tackle laid by Sonderhoff. It's a free kick against him. So it's more free kick going the way of Surrey Park, and it'll be taken by McDonald. As he'll go down the line. Dangerous kick! Dangerous kick, and it's taken by Galstians, who kicks it high up in the air. Couldn't take the mark. There was Ridley. Opportunity. Did he get one in the back? Not quite. As it's deep in the attacking 50 for Park Orchards. And we'll get a ball up. Big opportunity for Park Orchards.
Massive opportunity.
To tie it up. Kicked off the ground by Surrey. Tapped away. Hutchison handballs it. Here's Dickinson. Mark nearly taken. There by Galstians, and he hit the wall in frustration. No. As he's taken, or he might have went into the wall, as it's going to be a pack of plays around it again. Oh, taken high there was Max Morton, and he gets the free kick.
They are threatening Park Orchards.
Oh, boy. So it's Morton of the Max variety for Park Orchards. Big, massive kick this.
If he kicks
and that's an understatement.
If he kicks it behind, it's still a handy point for Park Orchards. He'll be in their attacking half. And they'll just need one goal to win it, Paul.
So here's Morton. Opportunity. Kicks it behind. So it's now inside a goal. So a goal could win it for Park Orchards, and it's in their attacking 50. 1-5-11 Park Orchards to Surrey Park. 2-4-16. We've gone 17-20 in this last quarter, Josh.
It's cutthroat stuff out here at Tormore Reserve. A grandstand finish we're about to have in this Division 1 under 19.5 grand final as Harding couldn't take the mark. Surrey just continue to kick it off the deck as they look to move it into their attacking half. KV was held up, and we'll have a ball up right in front of the Park Orchards bench. A goal will win it for the Sharks, you'd think, as Cox won it down to Sardis. And Sardis was locked up. Umpire will call for it. 18 minutes gone, final quarter. The Panthers leading 2-4-16 or 1-5-11. From behind, Cox nearly won the tap down. Park Orchards moved the chains forward. Intercepting was Francis O'Flaherty. Locked up there was Tom Hunt. And it's about to be tossed up here. Left half forward flank for Park Orchards. Cox won it down. Oh, boys. He got a handball away according to the umpire despite calls for holding the ball. Rogers clears. What a big game he's had. Looks in the KV direction. Who applies the pressure. Getting it there and doing really well was Heath Morton and sees it out of bounds. Some big moments there. First from Joe Rogers and then followed up by Heath Morton and James KV. 18 and a 3/4 minutes gone in this final quarter. The Panthers leading by 5 points, centering on this broadcast side. Can they hold it up? They can at this stoppage. Nankara applying the tackle there on the Park Orchards. Captain Jack Bowering as Campbell just slapped it forward. They just need to move this ball forward here to Park Orchards, but they can't. Dunn will get the high free kick. And he's got an open forward 50 for Surrey Park, so he might just look to take his time here, will Zach Dunn. He'll take some more time off the clock. Onto his left to the right half forward flank. On the ground there is War Boys, who was looking for a sling tackle, couldn't get it. Hunt looks in the direction of Rogers. It's Nankaro who picks it up. Nankaro sends it inside 50 for Surrey Park, and the spoil came in. It's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in, and you can see the Surrey Park players clap behind the goal. Well, faithful clap behind the goal as it's in their attacking 50. If they get a goal, it almost wins it for them as Nankaro got it out to McKnight. Kick went across the face of goal. It'll be Cody Mulholland who'll try to run onto it for Surrey Park. Park Orchards win the foot race. It's still inside the Panthers attacking 50 as McDonald was wrapped up. Still some big plays here from Surrey Park. It's in their attacking half. Park Orchards will need to win it from this stoppage if they are any chance of winning. As there's a high free kick paid to Surrey Park. And Jared Cox can take some more time off the clock here.
May as well.
He can take his full 30 seconds. Can the big ruckman?
There it is!
The siren! It's 3 from 4 for Surrey Park. The Panthers have gone back-to-back in the under-19 competition and have won yet another close grand final. 2-4-16 the Panthers. Park Orchards 1-5-11. It was a scrappy affair, but a close one at that, Paul.
It certainly was. I mean, went down to the wire. And it was a great contest in these conditions, and a great win for Surrey Park, who get up by 5 points in the end, and they win 3 from 4. And what a great win it was. So they take out the under 19.5 premiership for Division 1 Surrey Park. So at the end, it's Surrey Park 2-4-16 to Park Orchards 1-5-11. Josh Ward, the goal kickers.
The only one for Park Orchards, Sammy Press. For Surrey Park was Mitch Bacon and Tom Hunt. All those goals coming in the first half. But what a game it was out here. Paul, I want your thoughts. Who do you reckon was best on ground?
Me personally, I thought it was Jonathan Rogers for Surrey Park.
Couldn't agree more. He had an absolutely terrific game in midfield as well. Absolute pleasure calling this game alongside you. We'll go to a quick break, but don't forget to stay tuned to the post-game presentation. Surrey Park Division 1 under 19.5 premiers 2-4-16 to Park Orchards 1-5-11.
charging you today?
Allegedly. Trying to do right.
Jesus. Okay, no, it's nice to find a bit Park Orchards in the 19's crowding, isn't it? Well, what a game. Wait, seriously, keep $2. $2 is alright. The biggest $2. Imagine if you can go away the low kick. There's something stupid.
Welcome to the Division 1 under 19.5 Grand Final post-coast game presentations. Commiserations to Park Orchards, a terrific finals run and a terrific season as well. But a big congratulations to the Surrey Park Football Club, Division 1 under 19.5 premiers in season 2024. I'd like to welcome up Football Operations Manager Dean O'Neill onto the stage to present the medals. And we'll kick off proceedings for the blue ribbon medal for the player adjudged best on ground. And the winner from the Surrey Park Football Club, number 16, Joey Rogers. We'll now present the premiership medals to the Surrey Park players, starting off with number 5, Matthew Lovelace. Number 6, Matt Ten Harkle. Number 8, Charlie Nankaro. Number 9, Isaac McKnight. Number 10, Ned Sargent. Number 11, Cody Mulholland. Number 12, Mitch Bacon. Number 13, Brody Vanderhorst. Number 14, Lachlan Harding. Number 15, Franco Flaherty. Number 16, Joe Rogers. Number 17, James Cavey. Number 18, Zach Dunn. Number 23, Tom Hunt. Number 24, Ivo Ten Harkle. Number 26, Rory Sinclair. Number 27, Heath Morton. Number 32, Jared Cox.
Number 34, Matthew Haberfield. Number 35, Keon Afkari. Number 42, Thomas Sardis. Number 48, Finn McKee. Number 72, Lockie McDonald. Number 27, Pat Warboy. Number 1, Ennis Codsonley. Assistant coach, Andy May. Five more. No. The runner, George Papadopoulos. Trainer, Craig Lowe. And the captain, the premiership captain, number 4, Darcy Mulholland. If you can stay up on stage, please, Darcy. And the premiership coach, Chris Day. Chris, if I can ask you to say a couple of words.
Wow. To the Park Orchards boys and the club, fantastic. When we left the YJFL 3 years ago, we wanted to play against the best, and we did today. Pity the conditions didn't let us play to our way we want to play, but congratulations to your season. Congratulations to you guys. Well done. To the umpires today, great job. Tough conditions. I thought you umpired really well. Thanks to the EFNL for putting on a wonderful day, maybe. But it was good for us. To the Surrey Park community, family, friends and carers, thank you so much for coming out. It was much appreciated. You got us over the line at the end and we love you dearly. And lastly, to the love of my life, these boys. Had a lot of them for a long, long time. Love yous all. Great work. Back to back, baby. You beauty.
And now, Dean O'Neill will present the Premiership Cup to the Eastland Division 1 under 19.5 premiers, Surrey Park.
The mighty Panthers went from Surrey Park. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and chin. We'll fight for the black and white, for the Panthers always win. We're from Surrey Park. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the Panther of old, we're strong and we're bold. Oh, we're from Surrey. We're black and we're white. Oh, we're from Surrey Park. from Surrey Park. The mighty Panthers, we're from Surrey Park. In any weather you will see us with a grin.